And we're going to talk radon with Tony Gore of Gore Brothers, a builder in the Fraser Valley. Why is radon become, pardon the pun, on our radar? We heard about this from the city of Abbotsford last year, that it's a concern. City of Chilliwack, it's a concern. And a lot of people really don't know what this is all about.
Okay, so radon is kind of an unknown toxic gas that comes out of the ground. When uranium breaks down, it releases this gas called radon, and it's carcinogenic. It comes up out of the ground. It goes into people's basements. It's kind of like water. It takes the path of least resistance. Okay. So if someone has a basement with nice warm air, it'll draw that radon in. The problem with radon is you can't taste it, smell it, feel it, or see it. Like none of the human senses can detect it. So it's coming into our houses, and we're totally unaware of it. Yeah. Up to this point, it's been kind of like everyone thought, oh, radon doesn't exist in Chilliwack. Including myself. A couple years ago, someone would say radon, I'd just be like, it's not. And
you're a builder.
I'm a builder, and I would be like, well, no, it's not around here. We don't have to worry about it. So it wasn't until my sister, Jill Hall, really pushed me and said, Tony, you have to get my radon eye in your house and test your house for radon. So the radon eye is a digital tester, and it'll tell you your levels within 10 minutes. And if your levels are over 100, then you should look at getting it dealt with. Yeah. Radon is something that can be dealt with. A lot of people think they don't want to know about it, right? So like when I tell somebody about radon, I can see they're kind of like I was, like, it's not here, Tony. Like,
yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody's lives are so busy. We're at work and kids, and we're so busy. We don't want to hear about it. We don't want to know about it. Yeah. It's like one of those things, like, if you don't know, it won't hurt you. But in reality, radon doesn't care whether you know about it or not. If it's there, it's going to hurt you. And
again, emphasizing this is uranium. It doesn't come from sewage seeping or riverbeds or anything like that.
Okay, it doesn't come from that. It's coming from the ground, from minerals breaking down, like uranium breaking down, creating this gas. So some houses might not have it. Yeah. So I don't want to freak people out and say, oh, Chilliwack's got it everywhere. Right. Well, no, some houses might have it, some houses might not. Yeah. And they could be side by side. But in my house, I found, alarmingly high levels of like 700, right? When it should be at 100. So I had to quickly do a mitigation system, which isn't too bad to do. A lot of people also get spooked about, it's going to cost me so much, right? And I don't want to deal with it right now.
Yeah, cost is going to be the big thing, yeah.
But I mean, cost is, depending on the size of the house, the footprint of the house, $3,000 to $4,000. Yeah. So it's not the end of the world. Right. The thing is, if a builder like myself was to put it in at construction stage, it's minimal cost. It could be $500 to $1,000 to install for a builder. Right. Right. So that's why Jill and myself are pushing to get it in the building code in Chilliwack. That was our first goal. So when we found it in my house, we started telling family and friends because we're worried about people. So we started telling everybody, testing everything. We ended up testing a bunch of our rentals and friends and stuff, and about a third of them came back with unacceptable levels of radon.
Yeah, and we were talking about testing houses. It's not just new houses or old houses. You were saying off air that it's literally a combination.
It's a combination of everything and ages of houses. Okay. So an old house, a new house, commercial and daycares, everything should be tested. Yeah. Right. The other thing is like with the new building codes getting changed, houses are getting buttoned up tighter and tighter, less air exchange, which is awesome for the footprint of the carbon footprint, and we're not hurting the earth, but we're buttoning up all this air inside and we're not letting it go. So radon's getting caught in our houses.
Now a test kit like that, what is that, $200, $300 or?
This is about $250 on Amazon, and yeah, you'll have it in a week.
When it comes to building codes, are we getting better at acknowledging this, or is it literally a case by case where the building code for Metro Vancouver is different from the interior Kamloops? Or?
Yeah, so like Hope has it in their building code. Okay. Abbotsford has it in their building code. Chilliwack does not. But that being said, Chilliwack is really good. Okay. Chilliwack is on board. They sent out 400 test pucks, so they are definitely on the ball, and they're trying to get the problem, to figure out how bad it is.
And those pucks look like this, by the way.
And hopefully they will be changing the building code, so all builders will be putting in a system prior, to at the building stage, because it's to me it's a no-brainer. All Gore Brothers houses will have that system put in. And to me, it's a selling feature, right?
Well, and again, you mentioned selling feature and a safety feature as well. With the city of Abbotsford, the city of Chilliwack, and of course now with Hope, are people becoming more aware that there's information on those city websites about radon? Would you like to see more information?
You know what? I think the sites are good if people just become more aware of it and go to the sites and do a little bit of research and order the puck to get their home tested.
And there are various things that could happen in worst case scenario, not only for happening to us humans, but if you got fur babies, they're affected too.
Well, definitely. I mean, the kids and
Pets
dogs and
yeah.
pets, right? Like, yeah, that's the problem. Like, the dogs are in the house all day, breathing in. They breathe faster, right? So. Yeah.
So I guess I would assume the best way to find out more information, if not contact Gore Brothers, would be just the various city websites. I do know Chilliwack and Abbotsford have specific pages on radon.
Yeah, no, that would be the best way. Is I think the city of Chilliwack, and I think the city of Chilliwack is setting a really good example, and I think they're like leading in like, hey, they're dealing with it appropriately, and they're leading and setting a good example for other communities to follow.
Tony Gore, Gore Brothers, big thank you for stopping by, and this won't be the last conversation we have about this.
Okay, right on. Thank you.
We're talking about radon, and check it out. You're watching News of the Week.